For the final game of the year, our Southwest starting lineups for the Charlotte Hornets. We play in game tomorrow night at Target Center in Minneapolis. Denver at Minnesota. The winner is in the playoffs. The loser is out.
Number 33, Miles Turner. You see, they put a forward on him. He's in a tough spot now. He makes a heck of a
Sunday. In the two previous games against Dwight Howard, he scored 22, and Collison, Turner played very well against Howard in games 1 and 2.
The problem is, Chris, I agree with you, but he bought from Miles. And I just want to see him be able to be versatile, play power, finesse, either one.
And Stevenson.
Then finally, Coach had to, seriously, he was breaking up the rhythm of the game. They had to take him out of the game.
That's why Charlotte grabs it. Collison scored Indiana's first 5. Stevenson for 3.
Chris, that'll make some changes. They just hired Mitch Kupchak, the former Laker GM. That's going to help them. I think they've got it because they.
The problem is they don't have a lot of flexibility. No. They have a lot of guys tied up with big cap numbers. Opening quarter, Stevenson for his second 3.
He was open the first time. He should score. That one got partially blocked. But Booker was open the first.
In his last 9, just 8 points, 4 rebounds, shooting 35% from the field as Williams in transition.
He dribbled that ball right over the top of Collison there.
Walker lays her averaging just 10 points the last 5, 4 of his last 24 from 3, but
watch that.
That was Stevenson. And Stevenson blocked Howard.
And while he's there.
Point first quarter lead. They're looking for their 36th win. That would match the 36 they had last year.
Oh! Good block by Miles. They powered it to his chest.
Sabonis had a career high 30 on Sunday.
Very good screen.
Quinn, as Miles Turner is looking to regain his confidence, is this the right guy to play against? Lamb is in, off the bench for the Hornets. Shot clock down to 5. And Kaminsky, the former Wisconsin.
He's got to play that a little bit with Miles.
This is a 16-4 run before that. Philadelphia in action, tipping off in the next few minutes in Atlanta as Stevenson has points. Dallas and Atlanta on that road trip to go to Milwaukee and Washington and win, and then follow it up a little bit later. Ask for effort one time this year.
That's huge as a coach, if you don't have to coach effort.
Sabonis has 6.
He's just a man in there. Oh my goodness.
Third in block shots.
And the other thing with Darren Collison, you talk about things that help. His shot to give up 37 points to Charlotte.
Remember when they gave up 49 to the Hornets in Charlotte back in February. Second year out of Spain, came over in a trade from the Knicks. And Sabonis with 2 more.
At some point, you've seen that Sabonis has found what he needs to do offensively. I mean, remember.
Shot clock down to 7. Leaf, the drive off the glass. Got his own rebound and put it in. Our threes made 3 threes. And when he can take it to the rim, that really helps. And that's a bank shot. Picking Victor Oladipo as the most improved player, we'll know in June. Joe Young, a 3, and it's good. Shot clock down to 7. Young gets inside, and it's tipped up and in by Leaf. And Hernan Gomez, the rebound.
So I wanted to see that matchup because that means Kaminsky doesn't want to guard. I'm telling you, that's
double figures off the bench. And the lead is 10 for the Hornets as Big Al.
They got offensive players out there now. They really do. They've got offensive.
Young turns.
A good pass. Really good pass. Enjoyed.
Called on to do that when he was at Oregon, right?
Well, yeah, but partner, in all fairness, if you're a basketball player, you don't have to be called upon it. You do it.
3-point shot at the buzzer and a rebound dunk as TJ Leaf in double figure. Score taken by Hernan Gomez. And Kaminsky. Kemba Walker. You didn't have many of these games. You were always advancing to the postseason, weren't you?
For the most part. My first, listen.
Special, and it's not just your teammates, guys you played against, you share a nice bond with.
Absolutely, we had appreciate a bunch. Thank you,
guys.
Yeah, he really does. He knows all of those guys. I'm sure very involved and a big part. He used to be a ball boy here, but he's the ophthalmologist for the Patriots. Was a part of making this dropping dimes program founded 50 years ago, and they were in their 20s when they did it. So a lot of them in their 70s and maybe close to their 80s.
Thad Young, no Bojan Bogdanovic tonight as the Pacers getting ready for the playoffs this weekend. Show and go. It's an 8-point lead for the Hornets as we start the third quarter here on Fan Appreciation Night as Dwight Howard.
Part of what we're all about, you know, including our TV partners nationally. So it depends on and not win, because you can have a bad night. In the NBA, you got 7 games. It's hard to beat a team.
Tracked down by Stevenson. And now Robinson for 3. Rebounds for Stevenson, who had the double-double on Sunday, and that's blocked. Is that kid Gilchrist getting to it? Walker, as the Pacers made the playoffs after a 4-year absence. That 3-year run that Larry...
I'm going to give him all the credit and just take my verbal beating for that, but he deserves it.
I like what you said. Chance to make it a 5-point game. And on the baseline lead, 3-point field goals. Now he looks for a 2-point shot at short.
Timeout. Immediately, so therefore it didn't become a surprise. I really love the way Domas plays.
Yeah.
That lost the previous game to Miami, a game that the Pacers kind of felt like they had a chance at the time. Nate was putting in a system. When you put in a system with guys, it's about camaraderie and care and concern for each other. That's really a little bit that we were trying to...
Thank you very much, JJ. Great to see Damian. When you think about that position this year, good play by Damian Wilkins, and now you've added Trevor Booker.
Listen, Chris, again, I mean, we've hit on it.
And he's got 9 points, so it will be back-to-back double-doubles with another free throw. Tonight, Oladipo with that slight toe injury that he suffered the other night, as Booker discounts at the Pacers team store, exclusive events, and a whole lot more. You can check it all out at...
Chris, candidly, I don't think he could have affected much last year. I think there was the thing that makes a team successful from his perspective on trying to limit the reaction to the distractions. I'm telling you, this
Fieldhouse off the bench, then spent some time in Philadelphia. I know that's a guy that would love.
I'll tell you what, Charlotte didn't play this good defense last time we played.
Halftime in Atlanta, the 76ers have the lead. As Frank
and all of that, I mean, you don't like to have the close games, but you sure like to know your confidence feels a lot better when you've won them.
And
when he was by himself, which is the thing that makes it unusual. Great help there by Domas. Some help.
And now Robinson for 3.
And there were plenty of them. And, you know, they're from everywhere. We found out now, you go on the road, the Pacers are starting to get much more love even when they're introduced, Chris.
There's the shoot. Jefferson against Hernan Gomez.
That's a lot of work for Al. That's a lot of work. I mean,
and 48 wins, and it shows you, Quinn, that you cannot.
Listen, we talked about Batum being hurt, but I'm going to tell you who hurts them. Not playing is Cody's
where he wants to be for the start of next season.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would, because he was having such a good year for that, because he's the one guy that can stretch the floor that's on the roster now.
And Kaminsky, he plays for the Hornets. Kaminsky, another 3.
He's going to play too.
And Jefferson, the year 48 and 34. Some 16 games better than any.
It's just hard when whomever loses comes back and has a great deal more incentive to be a lot more effective. I'm telling you.
And Sumner with 45 seconds. He's going to take it wall to wall and get his first. Games better than a year ago. And they'll head to the playoffs to take on either the Phillies.